Let us discuss Mendel's monohybrid cross by another example. Mendel took tall plant and he observed that all the pea plants produce seeds only by self-pollination. So if he took tall pea plants, the progeny produced was always having tall pea plants. So if the parent was tall and was self-pollinated, what is going to happen? We will be having progeny with all the plants that are tall. Similarly, if we take one dwarf pea plant, means if the parent is dwarf, what is going to happen? The offspring or the progeny which is being produced will always be having dwarf pea plants, because the pea plant is self-pollinating plant. So, the progeny will also be dwarf, means they will have short height. So, these tall and dwarf plants, these varieties he termed as pure breeding varieties. So, when he crossed tall plants with pure dwarf plants, he termed this cross as pure breeding cross. So, when he was going to cross tall plants with the dwarf plant, these pure breeding varieties, let's see what is going to happen next in the subsequent generations. As you know that he did it for 3 generations. So, when a pure breeding tall plant was crossed with a pure breeding dwarf plant, what will be the result in the case of first filial generation? You will see that when they are cross pollinated, by supposing we are showing that an insect or a butterfly is taking the pollen from the tall plant to the stigma of the dwarf plant. Now pollination happens and then we have a progeny, but the progeny observed was all tall. Means you could imagine if you are having a tall plant and a dwarf plant, we could have a mixture of the two, right? We could have medium height plants, but there were no medium height plants. All the plants that were produced as a result of this cross were all tall plants. So there was a question in his mind. Now that tall plants, the first generation tall plants were self-pollinated, means now we are going to have another cross in which we have done self-pollination for the plants which were produced during first generation. Now we can see that one plant was dwarf, rest 3 plants were tall. So this indicates that both tallness and dwarfness traits are inherited during the first filial generation and they are expressed in only the second generation. So 3 plants were tall and 1 plant is dwarf. This type of cross in which we are considering one characteristic trait is known as a monohybrid cross, means we are considering the height of the plant. So when we see morphologically the expression of those genes, we see 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant. This is a phenotype, means 3 tall and 1 dwarf is a phenotype. But when we look at the genes, we have different combinations of genes. This resembles the genotype. The expression of gene of an individual for a particular trait is the genotype. Let's have another view of this. If parents were pure tall and one was pure dwarf, when they were crossbred, what is going to happen? We'll have the first generation in which all the plants are going to be tall. But for second generation, when we are going to self-pollinate the first generation plants with each other, what is going to happen? We'll have F2 generation which will have 3 plants that are pure tall and 1 plant that is pure dwarf. The whole idea behind this cross conveys that there was the gene for dwarfness present in the first filial generation which was expressed in the second filial generation, as we can see that we have dwarf plant in the second filial generation. So this experiment conducted by Mendel proved to be very useful and laid the foundations of heredity inheritance principles. So remember, first filial generation is going to have all the plants that are tall, and when we self-pollinate that plant, we are going to have 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant. So phenotypic ratio is going to be 3:1 and the genotypic ratio is going to be 1:2:1. What are the other characteristics? We can characterize seed shaped, round into wrinkled is the round seeds, right? And if we talk about the second characteristic trait, he observed that seed color yellow into green will produce yellow seeds, right? So next characteristic trait is violet flowers when crossed with white flowers are going to produce violet flowers in the progeny, because violet color is what? It is dominant. Pod shape, full pod and constricted pod produce full pod shape. So this is the dominant characteristic trait. Green pod color into yellow pod color produces always green pod color, because green pod color is a dominant characteristic trait. Axial and terminal flowers are going to produce axial flowers because axial flower position is the dominant characteristic trait. Then stem height, tall flowers, tall plants into dwarf, they are always going to produce tall plants in the first generation. So these are the characteristic traits that Mendel studied during his experiments. Let us recall, he studied the seed shape. When he crossed round seed shape into wrinkled, all the plants were having the seed shape as round in the progeny, in the first experiment. Then when we talk about the seed color, the dominant trait is yellow seed color. So what is going to be expressed in the first generation? That is a yellow seed color. Then again, if flower color violet is the dominant trait, remember only dominant is going to be expressed in the first generation, that is the flowers will be of violet color. If the full pod shape is dominant characteristic trait, which is going to be expressed full dominant pod shape because it is dominant. Then pod color, if it is green and it is crossed with some yellow, if the dominant one is green pod color, which trait is going to be expressed in the first generation? That is the green dominant pod color. Now the flower position, if it is axial or it is terminal, if the axial flower position is dominant, which is going to be expressed axial position of the flower. If we talk about the stem height, we have already discussed this cross in detail earlier. If we have a tall pea plant and we are going to cross it with pure dwarf pea plant, the progeny produced will have progeny produced will have height that is equivalent to the tall pea plant. Why so? Because these are the dominant characteristics which are going to express, and these are recessive. They will not be expressed initially in the first progeny, but subsequently when we have second generation, when we are going to self-pollinate these traits, these after effects, what is going to happen? We are going to see the recessive traits also because they are going to be expressed in the next generation. So remember the dominant and the recessive characteristic traits, which are out of which only dominant are expressed in the progeny, but as we move subsequently to the next generation, what is going to happen? The recessive will also be expressed. This confirms that the recessive gene is also there in the first progeny, but it is not expressed due to the presence of what? Due to the presence of the dominant characteristic trait. But when the recessive is expressed in the next generation, this confirms that the gene for recessive characteristic trait is also there. So I hope that now you have a clear idea about what Mendel did in his experiments.